Hi guys, so we will now talk about, as I said, the modes of need analysis. We have understood what is need analysis. We've also understood the categories of need analysis. Now the point comes that how exactly are you going to do it? Okay, how exactly would you do this need analysis? How would you exactly know their nature of business, their proficiency level? Okay, how much do they know already, and where exactly do you need to focus? How would you know? What are the modes of that? Okay, what is it that can help you in doing that? So you must have observed surveys and questionnaires. Okay, surveys and questionnaires are widely used to collect quantitative and qualitative data from the large number of participants. There can be certain forms asking them certain questions about surveys, and there are certain questions. So surveys done to analyze all of this that we've been discussing so far. They can be designed to gather information about language proficiency. At what language proficiency do you think you are? You're perfect? Okay, are you at the beginner's level? Are you intermediate level? What proficiency level do you think you are? So such kind of questions can be there. Accordingly, you can just collect the data and figure out that, all right, in this group, okay, probably nobody is a beginner, so I can skip the basic part. Okay, that's how this is going to help you in order to analyze the proficiency level of somebody. Specific communication challenges. What are the communication challenges that you think you face? So probably somebody will tell you that communication challenges understanding the accent. We don't understand the non-native accent. Okay, so that becomes one of your chapters, which should be added in your syllabus. Okay, preferred learning styles. How do you love to learn? Would you love to learn theoretically or with activities? Do you love learning self-paced, online, face-to-face? How is it that exactly would you prefer to learn? Surveys are particularly useful for obtaining a broad overview of language needs within the organization. So within the organization, why is it that you think that this is needed? How is it exactly going to help you in growing your career? Okay, so they will give you answers accordingly. This is going to help you in creating your syllabus and designing it later. Okay, then they can be interviews as well. Interviews involve one-on-one group discussions. Okay, so there can be certain groups created with employees, managers, and stakeholders separately. Manager level and employees, okay, those who are working under them, and stakeholders. These conversations allow for in-depth exploration of individual language requirements, job-related communication. So the group of manager can tell you what exactly are they looking forward, because they are the one managing, so they know the challenges better in comparison to anybody else. Okay, as far as business is concerned, so they are going to tell you that that's what they are looking for. Okay, and stakeholders, because they're running the business, they are going to tell you in terms of business what are they looking forward out of this business English course. What are the objectives? What is it that they want to get at the end of the day? And same goes with normal employees as well. What are they looking forward? Okay, what do they, because ultimately you got to teach them. So what are they looking forward? Do they want to learn it in order to grow, in order to clear any interview, I mean to grow in their career? Okay, so interviews are also going to help them. Then you can face to face also, you can ask them what are the hindrances. Same can go with the group of managers as well. What are the hindrances that you think you're facing? So then they can tell you that we are getting very bad feedbacks because the employees are not able to cater to the services that they should, because they're not able to understand them and answer them really well on the phone. So probably you can resolve it by a role play, by doing a lot of role plays, by some listening activities. Okay, wherein every sort of accent is there, or probably one sort of accent, like if this business is based in USA, or mostly the clients that they are dealing with, they are Americans, so you can probably make them aware of some American accents. Okay, by some listening activities. These conversations allow for in-depth exploration. We did it already. Interviews provide valuable qualitative insight that might not be captured by surveys alone, because surveys are more or less very short and crisp, and most of the time, like multiple choice. So you will not find a very descriptive answer. Interviews can resolve that clearly for you. Focus groups bring together a small group of participants to discuss their language needs and challenges, more or less like interviews. This mode allow you to interact, conversations and explanation of shared concern and ideas. Okay, more or less the same thing. Observation and analysis of work tasks. This approach involves observing employee as they perform their daily task and analyzing the communication aspects. This also happens. So when I was working, this used to happen with this trainer who was supposed to teach us. So in order to enhance the quality of business and to cater better to the clients, okay, she used to be there on the floor when we were working all the time, and she used to just sit and observe when we were working so that she can clearly figure out that what kind of a job that we are doing, what exactly do we talk to the customers, and what are the challenges. Is there a challenge in pronunciation? Is there a challenge in sentence construction? Is there a challenge in using the right kind of vocabulary? Because obviously the trainer is an expert. Okay, so this approach involves observing employees while they're working, which is a very good approach, I think. Okay, because it just gives you a very clear idea. By directing, observing real work scenarios, organizations can identify specific communication challenges and skills needed for various job roles. Now comes language proficiency assessments. Okay, now there are certain assessments that can be created basis on basics, beginners, which is called beginners, intermediate, and obviously the proficient level, which is the highest level. So some sort of assessments can be created which can be given to them, and accordingly you can obviously decide how much marks that they have scored. Okay, so language proficiency tests evaluate employees' existing skills in the language, identifying strengths and weaknesses. Probably you're giving them to write a paragraph on a certain topic, okay? And they're struggling in constructing sentences. So you will be able to clarify, okay, that yeah, there is a problem, I think, with grammar, or probably a lot of students are not using past tense correctly, which is a very common mistake, okay? These assessments provide a clear picture of overall language proficiency level within the organization. Feedback and input from managers and supervisors, because obviously it's been long that they are managing the employees, so they know it better that which student or what overall challenge that they face when they are dealing with business. So gathering feedbacks from managers and supervisors is one of the best ways to analyze the need of the training. Analysis for written communication. Now comes the written part as well, apart from the verbal communication. Analyzing written communication such as emails, reports, presentation is very important, okay? It can reveal pattern of language use and areas of improvement. This approach highlights specific language skills required for effective written communication, because the way we've got challenges in spoken English, when we are having verbal communication, written English communication can also have its own challenges. So you need to just have a look at that also. Okay, this will come depending on the business, the nature of business. Okay, if they are into writing business, if they are into writing reports, if they have to literally create reports, probably a lot of time employees do not have to create reports, and it's only a manager who's creating it, and the manager is well aware of how to create it. Okay, so you have to really see if this is their generic business that they are doing and they have to do it. Emails can be something that, yes, because a lot of time we deal clients on emails, okay? So you got to just see industry benchmarking, comparing language and communication practices within the organization to industry standards can help identify gaps and areas of improvement. Now, industry standard, guys, is every industry has got certain standards, okay? They can be banking, they can be, as I said, insurance, trading, finance, okay? And what is their client base? Are they dealing with local customers? Are they dealing with American customers? Are their business mostly in UK? Where is it exactly? So accordingly, they will set some standard procedures, some standards to be there, okay, when it comes to communication. All right. So so regardless of their nature of job, that kind of communication has to be there. So I'll tell you a different example. So there was one of the organization, I will not name it, but then it has got a very set procedure of interviewing employees to check their communication skills basis on some grading, that they used to give while the person is giving interview. Okay, because it was a set industry procedure or the industry standard that anybody who is scoring less than this in an interview cannot enter, because rest of the thing they will just train the employee inside, but below that, so they were not hiring anybody who's at the beginners level. Okay, but a lot of organizations, they do hire at the beginners level, but they're, because they pay them less, but their standard is not beginners level. They have to then level them up, to the proficient level, which is C1, C2 level, the highest level. Okay, so a lot of organizations, they manage with intermediate, which is B1, B2 level, but a lot of organizations are very strict that no, everybody has to be at that standard no matter what, regardless, even if they are only in dealing with emails, still that's a business standard, that's this organization standard that they have set. Whoever is working there has to be at this standard. They can't afford really to have somebody at the beginners level just because they're dealing with emails and they don't have really a job of talking with the clients. No, so they give this unique training to everybody regardless of their nature of business. So that is something you got to really see, that is called benchmarking, industry benchmarking. All right, and a lot of industries are there wherein they don't really care. They would give this specific training only to the people who are dealing with clients wherein there is a need of communication, because there is standard industry standard does not specify to have a proficiency level for all the employees working. Okay, I hope that I've made it clear. Surveys of clients or customers. Now, this is also again important point. Okay, when you're dealing with the clients, of course, in every business you've got clients. Okay, so when you are obviously offering some sort of service, there is a client. If there is a client or the customer, then there is a survey that we send them. That's a feedback that client gives. Oh, the service was amazing. Oh, it was really effortless. Oh, this person explains everything really well. I spoke to this person if it is on phone, okay, and I was really happy with the kind of resolution. So if it is a happy kind of feedbacks, then it is fine. Otherwise, a lot of surveys that customers provide, no, I was not able to understand. A lot of time this problem will be there, because initially I had also received a lot of such surveys in my initial career days, wherein I've got a lot of feedbacks from customers that I was not able to really understand the accent, because obviously there was a lot of language barrier. I was at the beginners level and my accent was neutral, but then that was an American accent. Okay, and I was not able to understand, and there was a lot of confusions that used to happen. So customers survey, when wherever, every industry would have this specific survey system, whether on an email or Google or whatever. So with that feedback surveys as well, you can figure out, because that is going to be real time. Customers real time are going to tell you that this is the problem, probably I don't understand their accent, or probably there is a problem with with certain procedure as well. At times they just don't get the resolution. So whatever it is, if there is something of your use, you can just use it to analyze that probably I need to work on accent. Okay, next we are going to understand why exactly are we doing this. Okay, why are we not just teaching them directly?